Progress Wrestling, Chapter 169. The pre-show is my first endeavor into the current Progress product. If you've been listening to the Apron Bump, you know that I've been keeping along with the old days of Progress, currently in 2016, about to approach 2017 in my timeline. But we're going to be catching the show live, like I said, this Sunday, July 28th. And I'll be doing a watch along, and you can join in with me streaming on Demand Progress Plus. You can go sign up at demandprogressplus.progresswrestling.com. I'll put the link in the description. And you can use the code WatchProgress5 to get 50% off, whether it's a monthly or yearly subscription. So that's like $3 or $4 to check out this show. Not just this show, but the entire catalog of Progress Wrestling, among other companies, Defy, other UK companies, other companies all across Europe. It is a insane deal, and I highly, highly encourage you go check it out. Like I said, I'll put this all in the description where you can find everything, where you can find Demand Progress Plus. And like I said, use that promo code WatchProgress5 to get 50% off. And then you can join in on the live watch along of Progress Wrestling Chapter 169, Devil on My Shoulder. It'll be an awesome time. And I was able to do a little pre-show of this event with my boy Ross from Wrestling Should Be Fun. Always a pleasure having Ross on. And he kind of keeps me abreast of what's going on in the current state of Progress. And I was able to watch some really well done hype videos from Progress on their YouTube, which I highly encourage you go check out. I'll probably also include them here on the pre-show. But I got together with Ross. We ran down the card that's happening this Sunday. And after talking with them, I am hyped to check out this show. Lots of good stuff happening. Let's preview Progress Wrestling, Chapter 169, with my boy Ross from Wrestling Should Be Fun. Watching all the hype packages and all that stuff, it's got me hyped. First of all, I don't know if you know the guy who does those hype packages, but they're so well done.
Pretty cool, aren't they? Pretty damn cool.
Really good. I mean, I feel like Progress has always looked really good, like just how it's shot and everything. But it seems they've just gotten better since the timeline I'm in, at least. But
man, I'm really interested to watch your watch along after the fact and see your reactions to the new guys and girls.
Yeah, I was looking at the card and I recognize a good amount of people on the card. I tried to do some research on the people that I did not recognize, but overall, man, I mean, we'll go over. I pulled the card off a Cage Match.
Yep.
So if there's any other matches that I missed, just let me know. But 169, man, Devil on My Shoulder. My shoulder? Your shoulder?
My shoulder.
My shoulder, right?
Yeah.
My shoulder, yeah.
I've been caught out a few times writing it out wrong.
Right? Well, it's better. I mean, man, some of the titles for Progress, and I love Progress, man, but geez, it's like Progress 78. Put onions on my cheeseburger and shove it down my throat. Like, what are we doing?
Well, if this watch along goes well, and in the future, like 2025, it could be chapter 180, Apron Bump.
Maybe. That's the goal. Slide in some stupid reference to my podcast in one of their titles. That's all I ask for. That's a win in life for me. But yeah, man, excited for. I'm pretty pumped for the show as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
What do you think about it?
Really excited for it. So we just had Super Strong Style 16. It was a fabulous weekend. We went from 3 days down to 2, and it actually made the show a bit more concise, a bit less kind of filler matches, and all kind of like killer. And yeah, just really enjoyed it. It's a great opportunity, the 16-man tournament, to really tell some long-term stories. And obviously the biggest one coming out of it was Kid Lycos and Luke Jacobs.
Luke Jacobs was the winner of the Super Strong Style, correct?
Yeah, he's on a monster run. No one's won more matches than Luke Jacobs in Progress in 2024. He was a dominant winner of the tournament. He absolutely had a great tournament. He beat Mike D, who is really impressing in Europe right now. He just recently had a match with Moose, and Moose went out and tweeted straight away saying, like, TNA need to sign this guy. If you haven't seen Mike D yet, you're going to look forward to seeing him on this show against Axel Tischer. That's going to be a great match. Then he had a match against Lycos 2, who of course is up against, who of course is the tag team partner of Kid Lycos. There was a nice little story there. And then in the semi-final, we faced Eddie Dennis and took advantage of some nefarious actions by our man Tate Mayfairs, who was recently seen on AEW.
Correct.
And in the final, it was an absolute barn burner. Potential match of the year candidate. I know Dave Meltzer went on his Twitter and said how great he thought that match was. And obviously, Meltzer's views are the most important in the world.
So. Correct. Yeah. I mean, if he says so, then I support him. Yeah.
So yeah, he's for those that haven't seen him, Luke Jacobs, a strong style wrestler, someone who easily could be seen in the Japanese scene right now. And as Gunter has proven, maybe he'll go to the States and prove that style is worthy over there as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because Luke Jacobs, because I'm semi-familiar with Kid Lycos. Because I saw the match card and I was like, who is this guy? Because I've heard the name, but apparently he was a masked wrestler. Yeah. Semi-recently took his mask off, so now he has a whole different thing, which is all other layer to the story.
On your reruns, you're about to enter the world of Kid Lycos. He debuted as a tag team with Chris Brooks, CCK. And Chris Brooks has gone on to DDT in Japan.
Gresham was in that too, correct?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Briefly, yeah.
So I watched the WXW Tag League from, I guess it was 2016, 2015, one of those years. Cool. And that was my introduction to them, and they're fantastic. So
cool.
Looking forward to that. But Luke Jacobs, put him, because I'm assuming a lot of people listening to this maybe are new to Progress.
Yeah.
Put Luke Jacobs in WWE or AEW terms. Like, who would you compare him to?
Okay, so he is wrestling style wise, he's Ilya Dragunov. He's strong style. He's hit me hard and I'll hit you harder kind of wrestler. And in style of in terms of looks, even though he's like under 25 years old, he kind of gives off a Stan Hansen vibe.
Okay, yeah, I do like that. I like that.
So he wears like what you would call trunks, and they go over his like, it's like they're like high waist trunk.
like a Shingo Takagi where it's like up to his nipples kind of thing. I like that. I support that. All of a sudden I'm his biggest fan. So
so he's a strong style wrestler. Definitely someone that if you're into your strong style wrestling, you're gonna enjoy his work.
I mean, he won the super strong style 16.
Exactly, right?
Like, it's just the math. Like, you see it on paper, it makes sense. But yeah, from what I understand, these two guys, because it's the main event, Kid Lycos, the champion, defending against Luke Jacobs. I guess they were friends.
Yeah.
Until the end, where Luke Jacobs turned on Kid Lycos and basically went on to say that Luke is trying to save Progress from Kid Lycos, saying he's going to take the promotion to new heights. Lycos was just the masked, goofy guy, and now he has no identity to him, et cetera, et cetera. Seems like a pretty heated story. Like I said, I watched the hype package, and I encourage anybody listening to do that as well. But seems like it's going to be a barn burner of a match, pretty strong style type match.
Success is only worth it if you can share it with your friends and the people you love. Being Progress Wrestling World Champion means the absolute world to me. It's one of the biggest goals I've ever had in professional wrestling. From all the hardships of last year to now, I got to achieve that. And I got to share that with the people I was nearest and dearest to.
Ain't nobody gonna put me down. Ain't a soul that can stop me now. Whoa, Lord, I know. 'Cause the world is there for taking, and I'm gonna take it all for me. This is what you settle for as a world champion.
slogan, this is for everyone, this is for us, and you accepted it. Everyone in this company, especially me, has had to play second fiddle to you. Chance after chance after chance at the world title. His tag partner even had to win him a chance. In the process of trying to get that title, you lost the one thing that made you special, that ridiculous little wolf mask. And when that mask came off, everybody saw what was under it. Not a shit wolf, not a world champion, Ethan Beach. Ethan Beach is an insecure, egotistical little man-child. You've had a battle for the soul of progress. As far as I'm concerned, the soul of progress can die, and I will resurrect it at the front of it. I am the unstoppable force that's gonna take this promotion to new heights. If I have to play God to give this promotion a world champion, then so help me, I will fucking smite you down, Ethan Beach.
Luke Jacobs, I considered you a brother. I loved you. I do love you. I lost a genuine brother, someone I thought I had a friend for life in. You have broken my heart. A heart's one of the biggest things I have. And I'm going to take this broken heart, I am going to wrap it in gauze, and I am going to walk to the ring in July and face you. I will look you in the eyes because I am the very soul of progress. I am the prince of progress. I'm king of the pirates round here. This is the One Piece, and if you want to rule these seas, Luke, you're gonna have to pry this from my cold, dead hands.
This is bigger than just progress. This is about my destiny. Because progress will be mine. Progress will forever be from now on. North, West, strong.
What do you think of the story leading up to this?
Oh yeah, love the story. So Lycos went on a run of like a year to earn the world title. He was up against a champion who held the title for like over 400 days, a guy by the name of Spike Trevay. And he had several opportunities to win the title, and it got to a point where he was on his second opportunity, I think, and he wanted the title so badly that he put his mask up for grabs. So it's mask versus title, and everyone was expecting Lycos to win that match, and he didn't, and he lost his mask, which was pretty big because he'd been wearing that mask for like 12 years on the scene. Mm-hmm. So he lost his mask, and he's now maskless. And then he won the Thunder Bastard match to get his third opportunity, and then won the match eventually in the steel cage in a kind of Marvel-esque way where all the people that Spike had wronged over his reign came to like save the day in the cage match when his faction were causing problems for Lycos. So yeah, it was pretty cool, massive pop. And then obviously since then it's that classic what happens now that he wins the title. And he's been wrestling all different styles. So he's beaten man like DeReese, he's beaten Mark Haskins, and he's beaten Leo Rush. So all three people that are very, very different. And he's proven that he can wrestle different ways with his versatile wrestling. But now he's up against a guy who's got a personal issue with him, which is something that he's never had to deal with previously. Obviously, they used to be friends. And Luke Jacobs claims that he no longer respects Kid Lycos because he, in his view, he didn't earn it, in that he got too many opportunities and it was gifted to him. And Lycos is the opposite of that. He feels that it's all about doing things with friends and sharing victories and losses with friends. That's his kind of mentality in wrestling. And Lycos obviously believes that, and Jacobs doesn't, because Jacobs wants it all for himself and he wants to raise progress up in his own tormented way.
Beautiful. A classic progress. Never change. Never change. He decapitated any heads, maybe?
Not yet. Not yet. But it was quite interesting that he did mention that, I think in the promo, he said, if you want your punk rock pro wrestling, here I am, which is kind of a throwback to obviously progress of old. So that's very interesting, because there are there are wrestling fans in the world who followed Progress when it was punk rock pro wrestling and kind of drifted away. And is Jacob trying to bring those people back? Is that what he's trying to do with that? Or is he just trying to get in the mind of Lycos saying that you are the wrong choice for Progress and we need to go back to the previous style? So yeah, it's a very interesting story. And I wasn't necessarily too sure that Luke Jacobs was a mic guy, but having listened to that promo that he did to Lycos after the attack, I was like, okay, so not only can he wrestle, he can talk as well.
So maybe he's just a natural dick. He needs to tap into that, and then he can really send it on the mic.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. When I did my interview with him, he said basically about the idea of the ballroom fans booing him out the building. He said, bring it on. I want them to say fuck off back to Manchester because I want them to be in tears by the end of this match.
Well, I can't wait till he comes out to AFI. I hope he's gonna really light a fire under the crowd. But yeah, this seems like it'll be like a good one, man. It's like from what you're telling me, it seems like Kid Lycos, well, he's been champion for a while.
Yeah,
this is probably the match to solidify his reign with a real personal issue.
Yeah,
as the foundation, and Luke Jacobs seems like he's on a tear. Who do you see coming out as the Progress champion here?
We've been having loads of conversations about this amongst friends. I think this is Kid Lycos' most difficult match, and I think he's in real trouble. But he's at the ballroom. He's got home advantage. He's going to have 700 fans cheering his name. But is it going to be enough? It's a real tough one to call. I would say, going by momentum, I think Jacobs might just take it.
That's what it's. I mean, from a very outsider's point of view, it seems like Jacobs it's his time to shine here. It's a big beefy bloke. Yeah, I have a picture of him up here. He's just looking at me. He looks like he doesn't like me. I don't know. He just has that kind of vibe to him. But should be a good one, man. I'm excited to see it. Sounds like it's gonna be a great main event. But that is only the tip of the iceberg. On this show. We got just kind of going through the card here. Hey, we got Bussy here. Is it Bussy or Bussy?
I would call it Bussy because it sounds more like pussy.
I think what is a bussy? It is.
Don't look it up, Kyle. Don't look it up.
It is. Okay, yeah, shouldn't have looked it up. So yeah, I would say bussy. That's probably what it is based on my research. The team of Alley Catch and Effie versus Charles Crowley and a mystery partner.
Yeah.
Which, using context clues, like I've seen maybe a certain person attacked Effie at a GCW show.
He did.
Maybe a certain Maharaja, perhaps.
How much fun would that be? I
mean, that's got to be it. I mean, do you have any other guesses as to who this could
be? We did get a response over at Progress Wrestling from Sean Ross Sapp as well, because this past weekend Effie fought Sean Ross Sapp in a charity show. So he's getting people from all angles after him, his old Effie, which is a shame. But that's what happens when you name your tag team that, I guess.
You're asking for it from all angles. Yeah, you're not wrong. Any other elements to the story here?
So yeah, there's a very interesting element here in that Charles Crowley is kind of a trickster. That's his kind of his wrestling personality. He's a very charismatic babyface, and he won tag team gold in Progress with Alexis Falcon, the first ever woman to win the tag team titles last year.
Nice.
And made that tag team title an intergender title now. So anyone is up for grabs, which is great. But unfortunately, they lost their titles like really soon after they won it in the Philadelphia show to Sanity in a triple threat match. But if you lose to anyone, it's going to be against someone like Sanity, because how do you beat those guys?
Damo and Axel, I guess, yeah. Nice.
They lost the titles, and they had one match back in Progress. They won it in really dominant fashion, but they had kind of dropped the kind of jokiness about them, and were like, okay, maybe we need to be a bit more serious because we finally won the titles and then dropped them really soon. But then sadly, Alexis Falcon has done her rotator cuff, so she's going to be out for some time. So Crowley now is on his own. I did an interview with him, and he said that he's all about singles gold now because he said Alexis wouldn't want me to kind of like be held back by her injury, so he's going to go full throttled for solo gold. So this match actually annoys him because he wants to be doing solo matches, and he's told us that ideally he doesn't really want a partner. He'd rather just take Bussy on by himself. So I don't know what's going to happen here, if Progress are the people that are choosing the tag partner and forcing it on him, or if he has to go out and choose partner himself. Not sure. But it's going to be a very entertaining match because are three people that are very, very charismatic. And it's going to be Effie and Ali's first match as a tag team in Progress in the UK. They did have a match in Philadelphia where they wrestled Gene Money and Cecil Moff Martina, which was a great comedy match. If you haven't had the chance to go and watch that, I recommend going and watch that. So yeah, this could be really goofy. This could be Charles Crowley being really serious. We don't know who's going to be the mystery partner, so pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I haven't really seen much of Charles Crowley, but just looking at he has a top hat.
Yep.
Right. And he's is he a magician? Magician, is that his thing?
So he's just a trickster. Like he's not a magician per se, but yeah, he's a bit of everything. For a while there in 2023, he was known as the Twat.
Okay, there's a lot of those.
Just a fantastic nickname in wrestling. We actually had a show during All In weekend, and Thunder Rosa was in the crowd. And she was next to me, and she was absolutely smitten with Charles Crowley. She was bowled over in absolute laughter when the Titantron came up with the spectacular Twat.
Please tell me he has T-shirts or something.
He has T-shirts. He has T-shirts, but sadly, he's kind of dropped that to become the trickster, which is a shame. But we'll always have the memories.
Twat versus Bussy, like. The marketing's right there, so he needs to bring that back if he's got rid of it. But
I really hope that you're going to have Smacking It Raw on this watch along, because that's going to be a lot of fun for that.
I could convince him if I tell him that Bussy and Twat are on the show. That's for sure. But yeah, it should be a fun one. Be fun. A mystery partner is always fun. You know, who could it be? It could be John Cena, maybe The Undertaker, Yokozuna. Who knows?
It could be anyone.
Who knows? Tell you who it is not, most likely, because they're already in another match. Saxon Huxley taking on Taishi Ozawa. Saxon Huxley is just he's a man among men.
Taichi Ozawa, I know you have been hiding out in the UK for far too long, and Saxon Huxley has got news for you. Because on July 28th at Progress Wrestling, you will be standing in the ring with Saxon Huxley. You will be looking in the eyes of the Destroyer, and all that potential, all those amazing things that we know you can do. I'm going to put it all in a box, and I'm going to ship it off out to Japan, and I'm going to put a little note on top that says, there he goes. There he goes, Saxon Huxley. You stay away from him.
This fella, he's Brody Lee on steroids. I guess off steroids. He's he's just a savage, a caveman. Did a lot of great stuff in NXT UK. I don't think he even came close to tapping his potential.
Correct. Yeah.
He had one match with Walter at the time, or Gunther. That was incredible, among other great matches.
Yeah.
Not too familiar with this Ozawa character. From what I understand, he's from Noah.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So Progress have got a bit of a tie-in with Pro Wrestling Noah going. There's a UK tour coming up in September where they're going to have a bit of cross promotion, including Marufuji, who's just wrestled AJ Styles and is going to be on SummerSlam, tagging with Grado, which is mental.
The dream team. We've all been asking for it, guys. Why is nobody making Marufuji and Grado team? Well, Progress listened to us finally and made it happen. So, unfortunately, not on this show, but we do have Saxon Huxley. taking on Taishi Ozawa. I don't know if there's any story behind this. To me, from an outsider, looks like it's just Ozawa getting thrown into a buzzsaw and being left in a million pieces as Saxon Huxley marches around the ring and in victory.
Yeah,
Thoughts?
that's it. That's pretty much it. It's being branded as a Noah guest match. I believe it's technically on the pre-show. I think it's going to be starting around 9:30 for you, I think.
Okay.
But it is going to be streamed, so make sure that you're there for old Saxon Huxley. And he did
I was aware there was a pre-show, so that is, I will make a note of that for sure.
He did a promo where he told Taishi that he was going to put him in a box and ship him back to Japan.
Okay. I had to rewatch it to make sure, because he said he was going to take his talents and put them in a box. He didn't say he was going to send this man back to his homeland. I was like, oh, easy, Saxon. Easy.
Well, that's what the Saxons did, right?
I guess. Yeah, like, you can't tame them, I suppose. But speaking of magicians, we got a bit of a magician right here. He's casting spells, at least. Danhausen taking on Gene Money. So obviously very familiar with the Hausen. Well, I shouldn't say very familiar. I'm more familiar with his character and his antics.
Yeah, same. I don't think I've seen him wrestle apart from that one match where Nice just killed him in like 40 seconds.
Correct. Yep. That's all coming back to me. So I'm looking. I don't know. Gene Money, from my research, he seems a relatively serious wrestler. Maybe he's a bit of a cheeky bloke, perhaps. So I'm interested in what the tone of this match is going to be, but I don't know. What are you expecting from it?
So Gene Money is one of the most beloved wrestlers in Progress. He's a huge fan favorite. But sadly for the fans of Progress, it appears that he's not a good boy anymore. It seems like he's a bad boy.
Oh, come on.
Which is a shame. So at Super Strong Style, he lost in the first round to Kid Lycos 2. He had lots of sad faces on. And then day 2 was the Battle Royal. And he went under the bottom rope in classic Battle Royal fashion.
Jerry Lawler.
And then came back when TK Cooper appeared to have won the Battle Royal. And not only did he hit him with one low blow, he hit him with 12 low blows.
At some point, like after I don't know, 5 or 6, it's like, okay, I think you're at max damage. So it's a bit excessive.
So then he went on to win that match and end his losing streak. So the bad boy tactics seemed to do the trick and ended his streak, and he's going to carry on in that vein, I think. I think my interview with him in this match, he said, very nice, very evil. How about very much about to get kicked in the dick?
Love it. Well, you sold me on Gene Money.
So that's Gene Money, yeah. So yeah, he was. If you get the chance to see his previous work, he's a mixture of kind of a real sound ring technician that's capable of having really good matches, but he's also a real fun character. Someone similar to Crowley in that he's very charismatic. So he's going to bring a lot of character to his heel persona as well. So I don't think he's going to be a boring heel. I think he's going to be just as entertaining, but in a different way.
Yeah, and I mean, just with Danhausen as his foil here, I mean, it's very. I don't know what to expect. It's going to be entertaining, whatever it is. So
Yeah,
definitely looking forward to it. We'll see if it's the spells versus the low blow city, I guess. You would call
Low
it.
Blow City, yeah.
So, yeah, the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. That one is. But you've brought this fella up a few times. Kid Lycos 2 taking on man like Derice.
Derice, yeah.
Derice. So Kid Lycos 2. So from my understanding, Kid Lycos 1, he's gone through some injuries in the past with the shoulders and collarbone and whatnot.
Yep, he
Did
had to
Kid
actually
Lycos 2 arise from that?
retire at one point. So and then Chris Brooks went off to Japan, and then he came back from injury and was by himself. And then he took upon himself a wrestler. I won't say his name because kayfabe. and donned him into his like sequel, Kid Lycos 2, and became Lycos Jim, GYM, not JIM.
Oh, okay, that's better.
But he's actually been really impressive. He played a big part in Kid Lycos becoming world champion. He had to kind of run the gauntlet a few times for Lycos 1 to get him the opportunity. That's something that Jacobs actually mentioned in that promo, that at points, Lycos 1 had to be helped by Lycos 2 to get his opportunities, and that's something that he frowns upon. But Lycos 2 had some incredible matches against some guys that are a lot bigger than him. And in the Super Strong Style tournament itself, he had a great match against Jacobs. Jacobs, obviously a big strong boy. Lycos 2, not so much, but he's very quick, very athletic, very agile. And it was similar, not quite as great, and I know that we spoke about how great it was, but in a similar vein to Chris Hero and Andrews, that kind of style of match.
Right. Nice. So Lycos 2 isn't just a devolved version of Lycos 1. He's like a completely different kind of character.
Yeah. A man like Darius is so much fun. He is someone that comes out, sings his, raps his theme song, gets the crowd going, and then gets in the ring and just has a banger. He's a great wrestler. He went over to Seattle on Friday night for
Defy.
Yes, and then had possibly the match of the night over there. Got real big reactions on his debut. Got a please come back chant. So yeah, he's having a tear in terms of the matches that he's having. And this match is interesting in that they're friends. There's two baby faces, but they've basically just said to each other, "Let's just have the match of the night."
Yeah. Opportunity to show out, to make a name for yourself. I support it. My only familiarity with man like Darius is it was a clip I saw of him getting a stink face from Viva Van.
Yes, that happened.
Was it GCW? Maybe
it was GCW. Yeah.
And I guess he was trying to finish the story because he was asking for it at some point.
Yeah.
And she didn't do it, and then she eventually did it, and that finished but he lost the match because it knocked him out. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Lost the pay window there, but I guess maybe it was worth it. Who knows?
It's the non-PG version of the Cody Rhodes story.
Well, we'll see if Kid Lycos 2 pulls his pants down. That's obviously his vulnerability. So just looking at the scouting report, it just makes sense for him to bust it out. But kind of along a similar vein, we got a tag team match here. We got the team of Lana Austin and Rob Drake taking on the team of L.A. Taylor and Sky Smitson. Any relation to L.A. Knight, this L.A. Taylor?
Sadly not.
Oh, damn.
Otherwise, I could have just said, yeah, but it's no.
No. That doesn't really hit the same. So there's a really great video package for this match on the YouTube as of now.
2 years. We should have known better. Everything that was Sky and everything that was Taylor didn't exist anymore. It was all the Lana Austin experience. And the Lana Austin experience works because we put her first. We put the aims of the group first. We put Lana first, our identities, our goals, our dreams, our careers aside.
Lana Austin is the superstar. This night is about me. It's about Lana Austin. You guys know I'm the greatest. They know I'm the greatest. I'm the superstar. I am the best. And I did it all by myself. Without anybody's help, because I'm that good.
We have been what's carrying the LAE all this time. A full year we kept that title in Lana's grasp. You are looking at the real experience. I was open to this whole Rob Drake
joining us thing, but he's really beginning to piss me off. He decides that he is the one to save Lana all the time. And you know what? I don't get it. If we hadn't been busting our ass for a whole damn year, and where was he? He was nowhere. We got beside her. We got her that title. We helped her keep that title. And you know what? I am okay with him trying to prove himself, because he's failed once and he's gonna fail again.
How many times you put your faith, your trust, your life, your hopes, your dreams in the hands of people who betray you, and here it is happening again in a wrestling ring with our careers. It's bad enough that it happens at home.
No more. We got you to the top of that division. We were the reason you were the top of the division, the Lana Austin experience. We run this place because of us, not because of you. And you betrayed us. You broke our hearts. You were never our best friend. You're always using us, and when we get one moment, one fucking piece of happiness, something we wanted, we worked fucking hard for, you take it from us. Now, we're gonna end your fucking career.
I made them both stars, and this is what they get. They get cheers, they get all the reaction, and Lana gets left behind. Not a chance. I'm a superstar, not them, so fuck them.
You've forgotten who LA and Sky are. You're about to remember.
So it seems like there was a faction where Lana Austin was kind of the front person, and LA Taylor and Sky were kind of the associates of her.
Correct. Yeah.
But then Lana took all of the adulation, took all of the credit. The other two got tired of it. Rob Drake seems like he was brought into the faction, kind of became the Yoko Ono of the group, and so now we're here. Do I have that right at all?
Pretty much. That's what everyone actually came to the conclusion of. But Lana Austin put everyone right and said, people think that Rob Drake was the issue. And don't get me wrong, there was definitely issues when Rob Drake was brought in, and LA Taylor in particular took a dislike to him. And there was quite a few set twos that crowd got very excited about. Are they going to get into each other? But it hasn't happened yet until on Sunday, which is exciting. But what was the thing that broke her back was that they did a promo where this is Smithson and LA, where they seemingly had a little dig at Lana Austin, and Lana Austin is so petty that she saw that promo and she was like, I know in the back of my mind that I'm going to turn on them at some point. So yeah, just she is the queen of mean. That is her moniker, and she's mean enough to turn on someone when she hears something that she doesn't like. Even after 2 years of them doing all the dirty work and making sure that she's champion for over a year. So yeah, we know who to support in this one.
Right. Yeah. Well, she's not the champion anymore, so obviously they didn't do their job. So there's just the consequences of your actions, LA and Sky. So thank you for informing me. I now will go into this with the right mindset. So that's why you're here. That's why you're here. But also a match that you dubbed potentially could be match of the night, maybe match of the year even. We got Leon Slater taking on, is it Igel Blanc?
Aigle Blanc.
Aigle Blanc. I'm not too familiar with the Blanc. Here in America, we've been it's been beaten to our heads that we don't like the French people. I don't know why. We're just not supposed to like the French, so I guess I'm not for him. He's from Paris, correct? This Igel.
Yeah.
But he's taking on Leon Slater, 19 years old, phenom. He does this a clip I've seen a bunch of times is Swanton 450, which is just
amazing,
nuts,
right? Amazing.
among other things. This just seems like it's going to be a high flying shootout and very potentially match of the night here. What do you think?
Yeah. We've seen a lot of online chatter of people saying, please give this match time, because obviously there's quite a lot of matches on this card. I think people just want this card that want this one to go like half an hour. But I don't think that's going to happen. But this is going to be an almighty cruiserweight match. Leon Slater's always given the ball and he always dunks it. He was given Mustafa Ali. He was given Nick Wayne. He's always given the kind of import to go and have a banger match with. And Eagle Blanc's going to be no different. Eagle Blanc also this past weekend has just won the first ever WXW European Championship in an 8-man tournament. So he's coming in with lots of momentum. Leon Slater obviously is doing bits on TNA, fighting up against people like Charlie Dempsey. So he knows what he's doing. And yeah, it's just going to be a great match. I think it's the first time match ever as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, two guys that I could definitely see us seeing on mainstream, WWE, AEW. I mean, Leon's already in TNA, so both guys are already making a splash. Then Eagle, first ever European champion. Who's the better European champion, Eagle Blanc or D'Lo Brown?
D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo Brown. New guy just made up.
Well, obviously D'Lo Brown, because he, coming from the Wrestling Should Be Fun angle, he was actually crowned the Wrestling Should Be Fun Man of the Year in 2023. So
correct. Yes, it was a trick question, and you passed. You passed. But we also got the Progress Women's title on the line. We got Emerson Jane challenging the champion Rio, not Riho, Rio.
Yeah,
not
H-I.
H-I, not no ho, just he ho.
Correct.
Seems like a very different type of wrestler, though. This version of Riho. What can we expect from this one?
Well, sadly, Emerson Jane is injured.
Really?
This match is NA, and Progress are currently in the process of finding a replacement. It will be announced this week at some point, which is a shame. Emerson Jane is a deathmatch wrestler in the UK. So she's regularly seen bleeding on Instagram. The last picture of her deathmatch wrestling, I saw someone putting a dart through her chin.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, she's a badass girl. And on the weekend, North Wrestling had a show in the UK, which had Joe Hendry on against what's his name, the guy that used to sing on Raw.
Oh, Elias,
yeah. Elias versus Joe Hendry. What a match. So it was a pretty big show, and there was a ladder match that she was involved in, and she did a Spanish fly off the ladder through two chairs, and now she can't wrestle because it's mental. What's she doing?
You're telling me she got injured from that?
So she's an incredible wrestler and someone that hopefully you'll get to see in the future. But sadly, she's injured for this one. So Rio, who's champion, she's been champion for like 250 days, I think, Rio. So she's been dominant. I think only Toni Storm has had a reign where she's won more matches in that reign. So yeah, she's dominant champion. She's ICW champion at the same time. She comes out with the double belts, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's find out who faces her. But whoever faces her, they're not going to win because Rio's the best.
Well, maybe this is where Jinder Mahal comes in.
Oh my
maybe
God,
he takes. You heard it here first. So yeah, hopefully we still get something out of that. Unfortunate for Emerson, but I guess just practice your Spanish flies off of ladders. I don't know. Just get in the gym and keep doing that. So explain to me what the Progress Proteus title is.
Okay, Proteus title. So this is a title that King of Pro Wrestling in New Japan took the idea of, basically where whoever wins the title can choose the stipulation of that title.
Okay.
this title came into fruition in 2019, and Robbo, who's the champion, who you know well, he chose it to be either knockout or submission. So that's the stipulation, and it has been since 2019. Nobody's beaten him. He's beaten Timothy Thatcher. He's beaten Carl Fletcher. He's beaten Homicide.
Wow. So he's the first champion, and he's still so he's the only guy to hold this title. And
Yeah, literally
since
the-
2019.
Yeah, literally the only guy. So it's a stipulation title that's basically like when you think of the Proteus title, you just think of Robbo because he's literally the only one that's had it.
Right.
But we're up against Malik here. This is another one that's got a really good video package if you've a chance to go and watch it. So basically, it's a protege versus his master in Robbo. And they had a fun little tag team where it was R&M, which is purposely crap name. And they were rubbish. I think they won like one match out of 4 or something. And it turns out that Robbo was just stringing him along, and that the Proteus title wasn't missing. Robbo had it the whole time. He knew what he was doing, and he just wanted to make an example of Malik and Costa. And he did so at Diamond Dust, the show where Masato Tanaka was on. And he stomped Costa into the ring whilst Malik was tied up into the ropes because he's just a bastard, as you well know.
No, it's great to see that he is the exact same person that he was in 2016.
Yeah.
He looks the same. He acts the same. I mean, he is just pure Robbo.
Yeah.
He could never change. And then Malik, who's a guy I'm not too familiar with, but you said, after seeing this hype package, the whole story leading up to this, how Robbo was like Malik's hero. He wanted to, replicate what he had done, and he was like, it was his dream to team with Robbo and win the titles. They couldn't do it. And then I guess there was also, Paul. He chose Malik for the NPS.
Correct. Yeah.
It was 2019, and then Malik lost, and then I guess that's when everything unraveled or began to unravel, I guess.
Since the day that you brought me here in the NPS to Progress Wrestling, for whatever reason, we haven't had the chance to stand in this ring together. And now that we have, I just want to say, bro, beyond my brother, you're my hero. My dream is to tag with you one time here. Let me live my dream. Please just say yes.
Yes.
My dream has come true. I'm going to be able to tag with you in a Progress Wrestling ring, bro. We're coming for the tag team titles. Costa will get you your Proteus belt. Don't worry about that. We'll get that around your waist as well.
Robbo, you wanted to know what happened to the Proteus Championship. I know exactly what happened to it. It was stolen. But you leave it to Detective Costa. I'm on the case, mate. I'm gonna find you what is yours, and when I do, brother, I'm gonna find the little mug who stole it from you and hand deliver them to you, because for them, the bad times are coming.
Well, Costa, message to you, mate. You can't find something that ain't lost.
For months we've been looking for this title, yeah? For months we've been on a wild goose chase. I'm sorry for accusing you all, but the truth is, I know exactly who's had it. So why don't you tell them all exactly who's had it, Robbo?
I've heard you say, how could I not know? Well, I'll be honest with you, maybe I just didn't want to know. Maybe I didn't want to know that you had it all along because I trusted you. But here's the little thing that you don't realize. The only reason I ever figured it out is because of you. You said something on a microphone that just made me really think. You said,
For the time being, Costa, let's forget about the Proteus.
this coming from a man who would much sooner break the legs of a man who looked at that championship wrong, much less stole it. And you can pretend you were doing us some sort of favor all you want, but the fact of the matter is, you spent the past few months hiding behind us, hiding behind R&M, because you're a coward. But hey, you were one step ahead again, because when I did confront you about it, what did you do?
I tortured you. I taped you to the ropes, battered you, and I battered your mate.
These two idiots that think they're my mates. Truth is, you're a couple of Paul Robinson fanboys. Why would I want to let you, ugly, overweight pieces of crap, lay your eyes on my Proteus Championship?
No. I think we've heard just about enough out of the yappy little chihuahua. So I tell you what, why don't we stop going over old history, and why don't we just skip ahead to the good bits, eh?
Robbo, the fun times are over. Happy-go-lucky Malik is gone. R&M is dead. The ha-ha is done. Because now you're going to find yourself in this ring face to face with the man that they know as the Hit-Tar!
The way I see it now, Robbo, you know everything that we've been through in there. But when I'm standing across that ring from you, I'm going to slap that scarred up bald head straight off your damn shoulders.
You have done nothing to deserve your shot at my Proteus Championship. You are being locked in the ring with a pit bull. You are being put in there and being fed to the dogs.
You call me a failure again and again, but my biggest success will be your biggest failure, because I'm going to rip that belt from your cold, dead hands.
This is my manor!
And for you, Malik, the bad times are coming.
But yeah, with the stakes of the Proteus title, I mean, the way you laid it out for me, I'm excited to see this. I mean, do you see Robbo losing this title ever?
I think it could be this one. I think it might actually be this one. I think the fact that in such a long-term story, I feel like it's probably the best time to do it. They told a really good story. It's taken a long time to get here, and Malik hasn't won a title in progress, I don't think. So it's a bit of a way for him to be put on a pedestal. And from a fan's perspective, we really want him to win because he's promised that his stipulation will be a Punjabi prison match.
I'm trying to think because look, you people over there in London with your ladders, your chairs.
I know.
Can be a bit. I can only imagine what you guys would devise in the ballroom for a Punjabi prison match. So I need Malik to win more than I need my next breath. So just to see that. But last match that I have is for the Atlas title. We got the champion, Axel Tischer, otherwise known as Alexander Wolf from Sanity.
Correct, yeah.
Taking on Mike D, who looks like an absolute beefcake.
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. You were hyping up Mike D. I'm excited to check him out for the first time. I've always been a big Alexander Wolf fan. Stuff he's done in WXW and, of course, in WWE. I think he shined the most in WWE and NXT UK. Like his matches with Ilya Dragunov were amazing. That really opened my eyes to what he could do. So I'm excited to see this. Should be a good one. What do you think about it?
Yeah, the Atlas title, as you well know, brilliant fun. Kind of the matches rarely go over 10 minutes, and it's a good thing because the people that are in them beat the shit out of each other. And this is going to be no different. But what is exciting about Mike D is that he's kind of a hybrid. Even though he's a beast, like you say, I only saw him for the first time at Super Strong Style, but he moves really quick. He can do shooting style press. He does some mad stuff.
Nice. Is this still a 205 and above title?
Currently, yes. But who knows what happens with the Atlas title in the future? I don't know if they're going to move it about or what have you, because obviously there's only so many people that are over 205 in Europe.
I mean, I feel like bump it up to like 250. Get the really beefy boys in there. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know.
Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks.
Yeah, just make it 400 and above, and it's just those two facing each other over and over again. Paul White comes in for a cameo. It could be a whole thing. There's a lot of potential there. I'm just throwing ideas out there. You take it. You run it up the flagpole, and we'll make it happen. But that's all the matches. Any matches I missed?
I think that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Looks like a really fun card. You know, you threw this show out to me. Like I said, I'm not up to date with the current stuff, so this is a very different progress than what I'm watching in my usual timeline. But looking at the card and what we've talked about today, I'm amped for it. It'll be Sunday, July 28th at 3 p.m. GMT or 10 a.m. Eastern time in the US, 9:30 for the pre-show. Any other thoughts on Devil on My Shoulder there, Ross?
No, just to tell your listeners / watchers about the promo code as well, which is it Progress Wrestling 5 for you?
Watch Progress 5 is the promo code. You'll get 50% off your subscription, whether it's monthly or yearly, which equates to like $3 or $4 a month if you use it. It's a steal. I mean, you don't get just Progress, but you get other promotions, I believe, too.
Yeah,
or is
correct.
it just
Yeah. We're going to get the promotion from Seattle starting this Friday as well. So if you get it, then you can watch the show from last Friday in Seattle as well, which means that you can watch your boy Mark Haskins.
Right. Yeah. Defy. Isn't Kenta's a champion there?
Correct.
Now?
Yeah. So chapter 170, the one in August for us, is main evented by a match for the championship of theirs up against Ricky Knight Jr., who's obviously from the Knight clan over there in Norwich, England. That's going to be an amazing match. And then we've also already announced Leon Slater against Marcus Mathers, who's like GCW's kind of golden boy cruiserweight.
Right.
And as I've said, Leon Slater just gets handed these guys on a plate and puts out a banger. So those two matches so far, bring it on.
Hell yeah, man. It's a great deal. I mean, with Progress and Defy and other promotions, I mean, Swerve Strickland was big in Defy. I think he still pops in every now and then.
Yeah.
So it's a great deal. Check out the watch along, and I can't wait for Origin to return to Progress. It's going to be a good time.
When that song hits, you're going to go mental.
Oh, I will jump out the window. This glass window in front of me, I'm smashing through it out of excitement. Can't wait for it.
Oh, actually, two more things about this show. We've got guest commentator Simon Miller, who's obviously YouTube extraordinaire.
Nice.
And we've got Eddie Dennis calling out Tate Mayfair's after what happened at Super Strong Style. So there's going to be a kind of in-ring promo going on there.
Does he still come out to Andrew WK?
He does. But I think for the feed, I'm not sure it does.
Oh, really? So like even for like the live show, it'll be like
I think for the live show it does, because that's going to cause complications. But when we watch it back, it will be like a real bastardized version of it.
So you guys, you better watch live, otherwise you're gonna have to listen to this like when I watch a WCW on Peacock and Jericho's coming out to his WWE theme.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here. Well, I think that's a good bookend. Unless you had anything else on the show.
It's totally worth your $4 here, Andrew WK, right?
Or your £4 if you purchase things in weights. Yeah. Once again, appreciate Ross coming on for this bonus ep previewing Progress Wrestling Chapter 169, which once again I will be live watch along on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/apron bump. This is all in the description as well. Like I said, you can sign up for Demand Progress Plus for 50% off when you check out, which, like I said, equates to like $3 or $4 per month. A tremendous deal. You get so much for it. And if nothing else, you could check out some of the older Progress shows that I've been covering on the Apron Bump. You can get a visual. You can check out the shows for yourself. The fact that I've been watching and covering these shows so long shows how great this company is, and a lot of the stars of today went through there in the mid to late 2010s. So it's a good old time. Appreciate you guys checking it out, and I'll see you on Sunday for Devil on My Shoulder. Mwah. Love ya. Big old screeches. I'm hard.
Yeah. And the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started. It's the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started.